Good morning and welcome to the 2022 Smail Honda Virtual Auto Show. My name's Taylor and I have Justin Thompson here with me, and we're going to be coming along with you this morning as we talk about all the cool and exciting things happening with Honda. Before we get started, just a reminder to go ahead and like, comment, share this video. We can answer all your questions in real time and want to make sure that we show you exactly what it is you want to see. So with all that being said, let's get started, see what's going on with Honda.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 Honda Auto Show, presented by Smail Honda in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Today, we'll be connecting you directly to our showroom floor with a live product specialist and cameraman. If you have a question, leave it in the comments section and we'll provide you live answers and demonstrations on your favorite Honda vehicles. Without any further ado, let's start the broadcast with your hostess, Taylor Smail.
I love our little fist bump.
That was pretty good.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Before we get started, I did want to remind everyone about the giveaway we have going on. They can go to smailcars.com/enter. We have a ton of prizes. There's an Apple Watch, an Apple TV. We have a Smail gift bucket with a complimentary detail. So throughout this live, anyone feel free to go to that website and enter, and you just might win one of these prizes. So, so Justin, what did you think was the first car we should start with this morning?
Well, I think that we should start with probably the most popular vehicle that we sell here at Smail Honda, which is the CR-V. And it's a hot vehicle. Our customers love it. This is actually the touring model here. And right from the beginning here, you're going to see underneath the Honda symbol, there's that little black piece there. That's the radar for your forward collision brake mitigation system and your adaptive cruise control. And it's tough to see from this, but at the top of the windshield, there's actually like a camera. And that will map out the lines in the road for your road departure mitigation, lane keep assist system, all of Honda's sensing. That's what they call it. And it's pretty standard across the full lineup of vehicles. So, but this is actually the Sonic Gray Pearl Coat. And as we come around to the other side of the vehicle, you'll see you have the full LED headlamps. You have the 19-inch rims that are there.
And that's such a nice color. I love that color.
That's probably, it's a pretty popular color. We have a lot of customers that love Sonic Gray. From the back of the vehicle here, a lot can go on here. You can actually have the seats up as they are right there, of course. You can drop them down, and there's 60-40 split folding seats in the back. They lay completely flat. There's some SUVs that kind of angle whenever the seats are down. These are flush all the way flat. There's a little handle on the side, on both sides, by the light that you can see in the back there. When you pull that handle, it'll actually drop the seats down for you. That way you don't have to open up the side door and manually put them down. So if you're packing in groceries, it just makes putting the seats down even easier. There is a cargo cover in the back as well to hide gifts, maybe around the Christmas time.
Even keep groceries cool, maybe from the sun.
Absolutely. And this touring model has the full leather interior. From the back seats, just a lot of room. That's another thing about the CR-V. It's with the new model, or the new generation, I should say, even from 17 up until 22, has actually increased the space in the back seats just by a few inches. But I'll tell you what, it makes up for a lot of room. So very comfortable vehicle to sit in, especially if you're a passenger in the back. You do have 2 fast USB charging ports for cell phones in the back seats. And in the front, this is where the magic happens, so to speak. They got everything in there. The touch screen, you're going to have full connectivity with your phone, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The touring model does come standard with the Honda navigation system. However, a lot of people use Android Auto, Apple CarPlay to link with their Navi apps on their phone. You're going to have a heated steering wheel, leather-wrapped steering wheel. And all the Honda sensing technology and how the vehicle locks, unlocks, the smart pass keyless entry system, your remote start system that's standard. All that stuff can be adjusted and customized to the way that each customer wants to use their vehicle.
Awesome. So this is, you would say, one of the more popular cars for Honda.
Absolutely. It's very, very difficult to keep them in stock. They really are. The CR-V being an all-wheel drive vehicle as well. Our customers really, really appreciate the all-wheel drive system in Western Pennsylvania. We could have 6 seasons or it seems like 6 seasons. You could have 4 seasons in one day.
Yep.
It could snow and be sunny and 60 degrees all in one day.
That's
so
like
you never
this
know.
week. I think
I
this
know,
week we're
right?
going to have a little of it all.
You never know what weather you're going to get here. So it's always nice to have the all-wheel drive system in case you need it.
I know one thing that I'm interested in hearing a little more about is the Ridgeline.
Yes. Well, the Ridgeline, this is new for the 2021 model year. So they actually have, this is the black edition. And with the Ridgeline this year, they actually have the white black edition, which is what you see on the screen. They have the black edition, the crystal black pearl. And then they actually have Sonic Gray, that color in the CRV that we just saw. That is going to be available for the black edition for the Ridgeline this year.
Okay. I did see that we were getting some comments. Just a reminder, if anyone has any questions, go ahead and leave it, and Justin can answer it as it's coming in.
Absolutely. Yep. And this black edition, this has a particular package on it, which is going to have the running boards already standard from the factory, the roof rail that you see up there. So some of these vehicles are coming with these extra packages on them. I love the running boards on the truck. This is great. Again, this is the white pearl coat. You have the all-wheel drive. Something to note on the Ridgeline in the back tailgate that we have here. That tailgate does lock now. So for anybody that's viewing us for the first time in a few years, looking at this Ridgeline, that does lock. That did not lock before. So that's a notable feature for the Ridgeline. And so you can store everything in there. If you have a tonneau cover, you can lock the back tailgate and nobody would be able to get in. Actually, right in the back here, you're going to see, I don't know if you notice this, the wheel wells. You actually don't protrude into the tailgate. So
there's not.
There's not. So it makes it easy to put stuff into the back of the truck, even more space than even a full-size F-150 would have. So it's benefit the Ridgeline, and it's a fraction of the price sometimes, depending on the trim level that you're looking at.
Yeah, you can really tell here just how much more space that gives you, getting rid of those.
Absolutely. Yep. And there's a compartment underneath. It's like a tub, and you can store stuff in there. If you're ever tailgating, you can put your drinks down there with ice. There's a plug that you can open up, and it will drain all the water out. And you actually have a like a 2-prong hookup for a flat screen TV for tailgating. And then on top of that, especially on the black edition, you're going to have the audio system that plays through the bed of the truck. So
I saw we had someone asked us if there were speakers. I think it was Brian.
Yep. And they're hidden in the walls of the bed. So it makes for some really nice sound for a tailgate. It's just it's a really cool truck.
I'll say, yeah, this sounds like the perfect truck to tailgate. You got your speakers, a little cooler, or even camping, like hunting, like keeping fish and stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah, it sounds like there's a ton you can do.
Even in the back seat here, the seats are down, but you can actually fold them up, and there's a little bar that locks into the floor, and that will keep the seat upright, and you can store stuff underneath the seat if you needed to. So like you were saying, if you're fishing, hunting, whatever, you can put some of your equipment under there. So the utility in the Ridgeline is amazing. Just a ton of room. Yeah. And specific to the black edition, it may be difficult to see, but there's a little bit of the red stitching in the seats. It has a different interior with the black edition badging. Again,
a little luxury feeling.
Absolutely. You can see the black edition badging on the seats there. And then again, you're going to have similar technology that you do in the other Hondas. So that's the cool thing about Honda. Across the whole lineup, you're going to have very similar options. They might be placed different places or whatnot, but you can pretty much do the same thing. You're going to have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto integration with the Ridgeline. You're also going to have all of Honda sensing, forward collision brake mitigation, road departure mitigation, lane keep assist. You have the blind spot info system as well for both sides of the vehicle. It's a great truck. You're going to see the transmission, the push button transmission down there as well. You have a wireless charging port underneath the head unit there, down by the cup holders. just a great truck. Our customers have waited a while to have this truck come in, and we can't keep them here. I mean, they're selling even before they get to the dealership. I had a buddy of mine personally get out of his older generation Ridgeline into the new one. He waited for a while. He couldn't wait until the new design came out. So we're really excited to have it. I think it's a really aggressive looking truck. It separates itself from the other models of the Honda, so it definitely looks different. You can tell that's a Honda Ridgeline.
I was gonna say I've never driven a truck, but it makes me want one too.
It's fun. They're fun, and it doesn't even drive like you would think a rugged truck would. You know, you would feel every bump or whatnot. This is built off of a unibody structure. This is not a ladder type frame like some big trucks are, and so it's going to have like an SUV ride, and it's going to feel very smooth. It's very quiet in the cabin. It's just a great truck all around.
So I know we've looked at the CRV. So models that would be a little bigger, like would the Honda Passport be bigger?
The Passport is. It's actually between, the best way to describe the Passport, between the Pilot and the CRV as far as size. Okay. The Passport is, it's funny, we describe it to customers sometimes as a Honda Pilot without the third row. Of course, the design on the outside is going to look a little bit different, as you can see in the video here. But yeah, the Passport is great. There's 3 trim levels of the Passport this year: the EXL, the Trail Sport, and then you're going to have the Black Edition. Or, excuse me, I'm sorry, the Elite. And then this, I believe, is the Elite. And you can see the front grille is definitely different than the Passport and the CRV. So again, you got, or the Pilot, I meant to say. You have the exhaust tips there. They're the chrome exhaust tips. And again, a lot of standard features are going to become all across the board. You're going to have the backup sensors on this Passport as you would on some of the other Honda trim lines. And you have the nice wheels, the aluminum alloy wheels with the specific spokes. Now this, in the back of the Passport, I love this. It actually is up a little bit higher, making things, putting stuff into the back of the tailgate much easier. So whenever you have that open, you can see the flush surface there. There is a little handle down below that you're able to pull up and store stuff underneath. Your spare tire, of course, is under there as well. And then kind of like the CRV, where you're able to release the seats down flat, there's little buttons on the side, on both sides, that will fold the seats down flat. You can see the leather interior here on the Passport. And again, very similar features when you see a front view of the head unit there. Yep. And it very, very subtly resembles, you know, the Ridgeline, or maybe even the Pilot, excuse me. So you're going to have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You're going to have a standard navigation system, but again, a lot of people use Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Heated front seats. You had heated seats in the other vehicles as well. Remote start standard with all the trim lines that we're talking about. Pretty much every single top of the line Honda product is going to have the standard remote start. And then again, Honda Sensing with the blind spot info system as well.
I know one of the things that you've mentioned that is one of my favorites is how you mentioned the seats lay flush, like completely flat. Because a lot of the times I don't think people realize that not all vehicles do that. And it really does. It makes it so much easier to travel with stuff, store stuff, and just opens up and gives you so much more space by it going flush like that.
I have a lot of people ask that. They're like, did the seats fold down flat, completely flat? You know, because again, that's the thing. If they're angled up, then it just makes putting stuff into the back more difficult. Yeah, they're a cinch, and they all do the same thing. They all fold flat.
Yeah, I know. So moving even to maybe a bigger SUV, or this Honda Odyssey.
Yeah, the Odyssey. I mean, that's got to be the biggest vehicle that we have, I guess, as far as interior volume. And the Odyssey is just a great, great van. You know, it's been around for decades and decades. I mean, it's just it's a staple with the Honda product line. Oh, that's the Pilot, actually, that we're on right now.
Yeah. I know. When I was looking, I was like, that's not giving me Odyssey vibes. There we go.
Yep. So you can see the van, and it's going to have, again, similar features to the top levels of all the Hondas. So you're going to have the LED headlamps with the daytime running lights, the fog lamps, the 18-inch wheels. You do have the power sliding doors on the side, the power tailgate. Just a great, great vehicle. And the cool part about it, when we see the inside of the vehicle, is that you don't feel like you're in a van when you're inside of it, you know? And not to knock any van drivers out there, I would definitely drive a van if I needed to for my family or whatnot. That tended to be the thing. It's like, oh, I don't want to drive a van. I don't want to be seen in the van. Who cares? The van looks awesome. The Odyssey has got a lot of style. It's a great vehicle. The back seats here, they do stow and go. So you're going to be able to have a lot of cargo space in the Odyssey van.
I kind of how you mentioned earlier, Honda kind of keeps it like the interior very similar all the way around.
Yeah.
So with how we were talking about a van, like it feels like the other ones as well because they keep it the same across the board.
Yep. And the reason why I mention that is because I have a lot of customers that get into the van and they say that. They're like, oh, I don't want to get a van. I'm like, why don't you want to get a van? They're like, oh, because it's like it's like the mom van going to soccer practice, whatever, And I guess vans in the past didn't have much styling, but that's not the case with the Odyssey. It's a terrific vehicle. It's great. It's fun to drive. Oh, by the way, we're looking at the back seats here, and the side doors do slide open. What's really cool is the middle part that you see that's down with the cup holders. You can actually take that out and slide the seats side to side. So if it makes getting back into the third row even easier.
Okay.
A lot of cargo spaces. Second row does fold flat. And then again, up front, you have a little bit more space in the center console area. But then you have the push button system kind of up on the dash a little bit. So that's a little bit different than the Odyssey van. It makes it more convenient when shifting gear. And
it looks like that front. Sorry, that front's like so open. Like you have so much space and everything's in front of you.
Yep. The visibility is terrific in the van. You're going to see that the screen's kind of set up similarly to the Ridgeline CRV, Pilot, Passport, the whole lineup. Again, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto integration. You're going to have AM/FM stereo, Sirius XM satellite that's actually standard in this vehicle, as well as the other ones that we just showed. And then all of Honda sensing again. Again, across the lineup, you're going to have the forward collision brake mitigation, lane keep assist system, adaptive cruise, road departure mitigation, and your blind spot info system.
Awesome. Yeah, for it being a van, I would ride in that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's just a great style. And I'll tell you what, looking at the other manufacturers out there, I have a lot of customers that say that they look over the vans and they come back to the Odyssey. It's usually the first one that they look at, which is usually the one you want to buy, and then they end up coming back. It's just a great van. We're happy to have it in the lineup.
I know. We kind of looked a little bit accidentally at the Pilot. Do we want to circle back to that one?
Sure. And this is the Black Edition Pilot. So again, the Black Edition is going to be that top trim level above the Elite. So you're going to have the specific black rims, the black, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. The crossbars, not the crossbars, the roof rails, excuse me. And then, of course, the badging inside of the vehicle. This is the white pearl coat that you see on the outside. It's going to have Honda sensing as well. You have the 19-inch rims on this one.
It has such a sharp look with the little black accents.
Yep. And the wheel spoke is different, too. I like that about the Passport. Again, it's just separating it from the rest of the lineup. And you'll see the Black Edition badging in the back. All-wheel drive, of course. And then the Pilot, it will open up. You got the back tailgate in there as well.
Yeah, those rims. I really love those.
Yep. Again, the rims on the Pilot here versus the rims on the Passport versus the rims on the CRV. Again, they're trying to just differentiate between the vehicles so that they stand out. So you can say, hey, that one's a Passport, that one's a Pilot. And that Black Edition, we have a lot of customers that love this, the blacked out rims look.
Yeah.
The seats do fold down flat in this one. This is the 7-passenger, by the way. So you're going to have the captain's chairs in the back. They're heated captain's chairs as well.
Ooh.
These are the front seats. You'll see the Black Edition badging, of course, full leather interior, heated steering wheel, heated front seats. Something about the climate control. You do have auto climate control in pretty much every vehicle that we just showcased with dual zone climate control. This one's actually going to have tri-zone climate control and a rear entertainment center. And that's what you see right there. That's the screen for the kiddies in the back. And that Honda symbol right there in the Black Edition badging, That's actually the radar for your forward collision brake mitigation system, adaptive cruise control.
So how many trims does the Pilot have?
The Pilot actually has a few different trim levels. They have, and I had this up just to make sure that I didn't mess this up. They have the Sport EXL. They have the Trail Sport. So that's a new trim level for the Passport and the Pilot this year. And it's a little bit more rugged look. Okay, it's going to have the traction management system, the all-wheel drive system, of course. But it's just a different look. The 18-inch black aluminum alloy wheels. So again, the Trail Sport, you're going to have that. So to answer your question, Taylor, there's actually 7 different trim levels with the Pilot.
So you can really customize the vehicles.
You can. So you go from the Trail Sport to the Touring to the Elite, and then the Black Edition, which is the one that we just saw.
Mm-hmm. So a vehicle that I think a lot of people probably really want to see that's also one of their more popular would be the Honda Civic.
Absolutely. And I'm a little favored to this car.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I have this car. And just to tell you a little quick story, I did a video, which you're going to see on this, and I literally bought it maybe a week after the video. So yeah,
you sold yourself on it.
I did. Yeah, I'm that good, So
we should show them this video then.
Yeah, show the video. It's a great car, the Civic. We're excited for it. Real quick before you show the video, it's the new 2022, of course, and they redesigned the exterior and the interior of the vehicle. So it's a complete overhaul on the look, and I think that's what's exciting about it is, it's just something new, and they knocked it out of the park with the car. They did.
Awesome. I can't wait to check it out.
Let's check it out.
You want one of the highest rated sedans in the market with all the safety and technology features that a higher end manufacturer would have, and a complete new redesigned look? Well, you get it with the new 2022 Honda Civic. Hi, I'm Justin Thompson here at Smail Honda in Greensburg, PA, here to take you on a test drive on the new 2022 Honda Civic sedan touring model. Let's check it out. So with the new 2022 Civic sedan, you see the new redesign in the front of the vehicle, so it has a complete new look on the outside. You have with the touring model the bumper sensors in the front, to the left and right of the Honda symbol, and down by the fog lamps on both sides. You have the new design on the headlamps there with the full LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. You have the 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels. You got the painted spokes on there, the new design on the spokes as well. You do have the front mounted camera for your forward collision brake mitigation and your road departure mitigation, lane keep assist system, and your adaptive cruise control. Coming to the back of the vehicle, you're going to see the rear bumper sensors. We also have the touring badging on there. And with the trunk, you have the Smart Pass keyless entry. As long as you have the key fob on you, you can hit the unlock button, pop the trunk open. You've got a nice deep trunk. Carpeted floor mats. You do have the ability to release the back seats. You have 60-40 split folding seats in the back. You do have the spare tire underneath with the jack and tools in order to change the tire. You do have a funnel here. That's with the gas tank whenever you're filling up. Just to show you, there are no gas caps anymore in these vehicles. So at the pump, the gas station, you just put the pump in as regular, but if you ever had to add your own gasoline yourself, you must put the funnel in to here first before you pour the gasoline into the tank. Anytime the vehicle's locked up, that locks as well. You do have blind spot monitoring on both sides. This is something new that's with the Civic this year for 2022. They used to have the lane watch camera. They don't have that anymore. They have blind spot monitoring on both sides for the EX trim line and above. And the Smart Pass keyless entry allows you to walk up to the vehicle. So let's lock it up. As long as I have the key fob on me, I just put my hand through the handle. It'll unlock the door. When I'm done with my travels, all I do is hit the ridges on the top of the handle, and that locks the vehicle up. You do have the ability to do an auto walk-away locking function. So if you get in the habit of forgetting to lock your car or your hands are full, as long as you have the key fob on you and you walk away from the vehicle, it'll lock the vehicle automatically for you. The Smart Pass, you do have the remote start standard from the factory. All you do is hit the lock button once and hold this circular button down for a few seconds until you see your lights blink, then you can release the button. And it will blink 6 times in the front, side, and rear of the vehicle to ensure that it remote started. Within the first 10-minute run time, if you do the same pattern, lock and hold that button down until you see the lights blink 6 more times. You've now set it to 20 minutes. So you can have 2 10-minute run times for the remote start or 1 20-minute run time before you would have to physically get in and start the car up yourself. All right, guys, in the rear of the vehicle, just to show you, you have 2 fast charging ports, USB ports for cell phones. And when you're sitting in the back here, I actually have the seat adjusted to my height. I'm about 5'10", 5'11" on a good day. Sitting behind here, my legs are not pressed against the back of the seat. I have plenty of room back here. Do have a cup holder here as an armrest as well. So a lot of space back here. Some new things on the inside of the Civic are going to be how things are displayed, like the buttons and whatnot. This one, you have the off, door, and on button for the dome light in the back. So we'll just keep that on the center setting, on the door setting. But you can see even on the doors how the different trim level or the trim line, the accent pieces are all a little bit different with the new 2022 model this year. So the trunk release on the door is right here. All you do is hold that button down for a few seconds and it will release the back trunk. So it's in a different spot. Just wanted to point that out. You also have it on the key fob. You have the trunk release there, as well as having the key fob on you. You have the trunk release buttons on the back of the trunk. It's right underneath the Honda symbol. Let's take us out on the road. So there's a lot that's new with the new 2022 Honda Civic. So inside, as you can see, the door is completely different with the different trim inlay here, the piano black trim on the door, a kind of like carbon fiber look almost to it on the buttons for the window and the power door locks, outside mirrors there. So the overall look inside is completely different. You can see the dash is different with the vents for the air conditioner and the heater. Everything's set up a little bit different. Everything on the touchscreen, you have a 9-inch touchscreen up here, so a little bigger touchscreen than in the past. And again, how everything is displayed digitally beyond the dash is also a little bit different here too. So the steering wheel setup is a little bit different as well. You're going to have your volume controls and all your audio controls on the left-hand side, left and right to track between your presets, or if you have your iTunes or any Spotify, you can run through tracks left or right. Your volume control, and then this spins for your different media setup for like AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite. So whichever one you want to pick, you can just choose that and then hit the button in the middle and it will access that. The voice command button, this is for your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, to be able to contact anybody in your contacts list, text message hands-free, or even use your navigation on your phone up here on the touchscreen. With the touring model in the Civic, you do have the standard navigation system. However, you can use your navigation system on your phone as well. On the right-hand side is going to be part of Honda Sensing. You're going to have lane keep assist system. That's this button right here. I just click that, and up on the dash, it's going to indicate underneath 0 miles an hour with the little steering wheel with the dotted lines that my lane keep assist system is ready to operate. It uses the windshield mounted camera to map out the lines on the road above 45 miles an hour. If I start to drift, it'll vibrate the wheel and just slightly pull me back into the lane. Over on the left-hand side of the dash down here, there's a few buttons. They're kind of hard to see. One has a P on it with a green light. That's your parking sensors for the front and the rear of the Civic. The one underneath it has an oval around the car. If you click on that, that brings up some of the other Honda Sensing features that you have. One being road departure mitigation, which will actually brake certain wheels to keep you on the road above 45 miles an hour. It kind of works hand in hand with your lane keep assist system. If you scroll down, you have blind spot info system. So on the outside of each mirror on the right and the left and the right hand side of the Civic, you're going to have the little car icon. That'll blink orange when somebody's in your blind spot. If you don't notice that light and you have your turn signal on, it'll also beep inside of the cabin too for you. So they got rid of the lane watch camera with the Civic. So I know a lot of customers are going to be disappointed about that, but now you have blind spot info on both sides. So where you only had it on the right hand side with the lane watch camera. The next one down is your low speed braking control. So you have low speed follow with your adaptive cruise control in this vehicle as well. And that low speed braking control is used when you're backing up into a spot or moving forward. It'll actually brake the vehicle going backwards as well. And collision mitigation braking system, that's your forward collision brake mitigation. If you don't notice a vehicle stopped in front of you and you don't brake the vehicle in time, it'll apply the brakes automatically for you. It's using that windshield mounted camera, calculating distance and speed. And again, if it senses an impact, it's going to apply the brakes automatically for you. The button on the top part here, the little car with a little dial underneath it, that's your cruise control. And you click on that and then your cruise control comes up. And that's adaptive cruise control as well, just like the other Civics. You can change the sensitivity level, the different following intervals with your adaptive cruise control. The Civics have what's called low speed follow as well with your adaptive cruise control. It'll actually brake the vehicle all the way down to 0 miles an hour without you touching the brakes at all. This is used for that heavy traffic situation. So if you're ever in heavy traffic and you're tired of hitting the brakes and the accelerator, it's just a great way to set the cruise control and basically steer your way through that really annoying heavy traffic. So with the 9-inch touchscreen up here, you're going to have similar tabs as the Civic and the older generation. But I just wanted to show you, this is new with newer vehicles. They had the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration wireless. So you don't have to plug your phone in anymore. I have my phone connected, Apple CarPlay, and here are all the supported applications on my phone up here on the touchscreen. With the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto integration, you can do a long hold on the voice command button to bring up Siri or Google to contact anybody in your contacts list, text message hands-free, or even use any navigation app as your Navi system right here on the touchscreen. So long hold, bringing up Siri. Directions to Red Lobster.
One option I see is Red Lobster on US 30 East.
And I can choose which one, hit go. And I'm using my Apple Maps as a navigation system. So a couple things new with the 2022 Civic sedan is they have, with the touring model especially, these drive modes here. And you can change between normal. If I push up, I can change to sport. And if I scroll all the way down, I can change to Econ, which is going to give me better fuel efficiency out on the highway on my longer trips. So normal, and then sport's just going to change up the gearing a little bit and make it more sporty. It does automatically disengage the idle engine shutoff because it knows that you want to be less fuel efficient, so it's not going to shut the engine off. This is equipped in normal mode to shut off the engine. If you don't like the idle engine shut off and the way it feels, you can disable it by hitting this button right here, and that's what that little A with the circle around it with the word off. You just click on it and it will turn the idle engine shut off, and it's disabled right now. There's a little indicator down here in the lower left-hand corner indicating that it's off. So the engine won't stop when you're at a traffic light if you're stopped a lot. What that's designed to do is to save on fuel and the ozone layer, so you're not pumping out exhaust whenever you're just sitting at a traffic light. You have the electronic emergency brake. You lift up gently on this mechanism here. It says brake in the lower right-hand corner. All you do is to press the brake pedal on the floor, press down on that mechanism to release the emergency brake. And then lastly, brake hold is exactly how it sounds. It allows the vehicle to stay in drive and hold the brake. So I'll demonstrate. In drive, without it, we would drift forward as normal. But if I have brake hold on, I can keep it in drive and take my foot off the brake and rest my foot. We're not going anywhere. Whenever I hit the accelerator, it releases brake hold. And when I come to a complete stop, whether it's right away or hours later, it'll always lock up for me. So as long as I have my seatbelt buckled in the beginning of my travels, I can have brake hold on. You have automatic lights here. You'll have automatic high beams at night. You have the fog lamps as well, and the auto setting for your automatic rain sensing wipers. I think this little car icon up here, it actually shows me like when my brake lights are on and stuff. It's pretty neat. It's a completely different interface up here than the previous generation. I really like the new design. It has a fresh look to it, and it's exciting. You do have 180 horsepower this year, so a little bit more horsepower than last year. The touring model with the leather trimmed seats. You have the heated seats, of course, for the driver and the passenger. The leather wrap steering wheel with the leather wrap shifter. Everything feels really great in my hands. Real comfortable in the seats too. Here's a prime example of why I would want brake hold. So I'm at a traffic light, I'm in drive, I can rest my foot. You do have the automatic dimming mirror with the touring model. So this will automatically dim at night. So if you have anybody with their high beams on, you do have the HomeLink system as well for the garage door openers at home. Map lights up here, of course. Sunglass holder. One touch all the way back for the moonroof. And one touch all the way forward as well. The sunshade, if it was drawn all the way forward and you put the sunroof back, it draws it back automatically for you. Now the stereo system in the new 2022 Civic has the 12 speaker system. It's a Bose speaker. So we're finally getting a brand name stereo system in the Hondas here. So another thing to be excited about. All right, we're gonna take us for get a nice turning radius here. And I'm in the normal mode here. Pretty good acceleration for the Civic. Definitely feels different. It's fun. So I wanted to show you up here in the display, I have the car. It actually is leaning to the right or the left as I drive. This is my lane keep assist system. So when the green lights are on, that indicates that it's ready to operate. And watch, as I start to drift, it'll actually turn orange and indicate, and then actually turn the wheel and keep me centered in the lane. Really cool stuff. It's tough to see on the camera, but you can actually see the Civic going back and forth between the lines. Isn't that cool? So I wanted to demonstrate the adaptive cruise control. So right now I have my cruise ready, at least it's on. So I have it off and now I have it on. So that indicator indicates that the cruise is ready to go. All I have to do is hit set on the cruise setting. So I'm going to press down, and that's going to set my cruise control. Now it's going to default me to 25 for the low speed follow for adaptive cruise. And I'm actually not braking the vehicle. It's braking automatically. That green indicator with the car in front indicates that the camera has caught this truck in front of me, and it knows it's there. So actually the idle engine shut off just happened. So the vehicle's engine just stopped. And then all I do when I hit the accelerator to get going again, it restarts the engine. So I'll just show you. There we go. And then I just hit the accelerator. Now if I wanted to, I'll hit set on the cruise again, and then I'll increase my cruise speed by holding the button up, and now I have it up to 60 miles an hour. This little indicator up here actually shows vehicles grayed out to the left of me, and I'm sure it would on the right hand side of me if I had a lane on the right hand side. Guys, this new design for Civic is really, really neat. So that car again is indicated in front, and the vehicle is braking automatically, keeping a safe distance. I'll bridge the gap between me and the car in front of me, and it will always keep that safe distance. And then if I got in the fast lane and nobody was in front of me and I was going slower than the cruise speed I had set, it would pop me up to whatever speed I had set automatically. So I'm going to show you the blind spot info system. I have a car coming up on the left hand side. Once it gets to my blind spot, you're going to see this glow orange. And I put my turn signal so you can hear that beep. That'll also beep inside of the cabin for you. Okay, I'm going to try sport. So there we go. Okay. So definitely more pickup in the sport mode. You have 180 horsepower with the 1.5 liter turbo engine with a combined 34 miles per gallon between city and highway driving. It's a fun ride. Everything looks really clean. It's a lot of room in here. The seats are very comfortable. The steering wheel feels great. I know the buttons are different and it might take a little bit to get getting used to, but it's not hard to learn. I'm kind of learning it on the fly, so to speak, here even. It actually is my first time driving the new 2022 Civic. So this is a genuine Smail, okay? Come in and test drive it. You guys will love it. Really, really cool car. So the warranty is still going to be the same. You have the 3-year, 36,000 mile comprehensive warranty. That's all the internal features, all the bells and whistles, computer systems, everything like that. And you still have the 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, which is your engine, drivetrain, transmission, all the major driving components. So I'm going to do the backup sensor here. So here's the camera angle view. You have the dynamic guidelines, change color to give you your projected angle in. I wanted to demonstrate the parking sensors in the back here, so I'm going to kind of back close to this, the one behind us here. There it is right there. And the intervals are going to get closer together so you can hear that beeping. That's the back rear bumper sensors. This second view is more of a concentrated view. And then you have a straight down view. You can back right up against the curb without hitting it. But I just wanted to show you the front sensor as well. Pretty neat, huh? By the way, this is a bird's eye view. So I have the wide angle view, and I'll just change that so you can see it a little bit better. More of a concentrated view. And then the straight down view, I can back right up against the curb without hitting it. And that's the test drive on the new redesigned 2022 Honda Civic Sedan Touring. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please visit us online. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Visit us online at smailhonda.com or visit me, Justin Thompson, here in Route 30 in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Thanks so much for watching.
Alrighty, I want to give a huge thank you to Justin. If you guys have any further questions, please don't forget to leave them. Justin will definitely get back to you. So joining us now, I want to introduce John Hanna, who is our Smail Acquisition Manager. Hi, John. How are you?
Hi, Taylor. Good. Yourself?
Pretty good. I wanted to talk to you because we have a lot of customers on our chat ask about, valuing their trades. I didn't know if you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So we use the Kelley Blue Book program to help evaluate our vehicles. That way the customer gets the best value for their dollar right now in this tough market. So that way both parties are in good standing with each other, and it's a trusted program that we use.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. So if they want to go online, how would you recommend what they should do?
We do have a link on our website that brings up the Kelley Blue Book program, or they can go straight into Kelley Blue Book and request us as a dealership to to start the evaluation program. Or they can come straight in and set an appointment with myself, and we can run through it, and we can get you in and out in about an hour, get you a check in your pocket, or you can apply it to a new to you vehicle.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much. I did want to also take this time to remind everyone watching about the giveaway we do have going on. So don't forget to visit smailcars.com/enter. We have tons of prizes you can win: Apple Watch, Apple TV, a Smail gift bucket where you can get your car detailed. But yeah, go ahead, head over to that website, fill out the information. You could go home with one of these prizes. So also joining us is going to be Vinny from Smail Honda. He's going to be talking with us about some service. Hi, Vinny. How are you? Oh, I think we don't have your volume. Can you hear us? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
There you are. Hi, how are you?
How are you, Taylor?
Some technical difficulties, the beauty of
Okay.
live.
We got a great IT team behind us. We're good.
I heard you were going to tell us a little bit about some service going on at Honda.
Yeah, so a couple different things that we have here going on at Smail Automotive Group regarding service. Start off by now with all of our service appointments, everything can be scheduled online. We partnered with a new program that you're available to go online to Smail Auto Group. Let's say if you have a Honda, you can go to smailhonda.com and you can schedule that way. If you have an Acura, smailacura.com. All 10 of our brands can be scheduled online. Excuse me. Another thing that we have partnered with, Taylor, is My Karma. Have you heard about that?
I have a little. I would like if you could probably tell me more.
Okay, so My Karma is another partnership that Smail Auto Group has came in contact with, and it is a great tool for us to use with the service customers. So what happens is when the customer arrives to our service drive and they check in with one of our service writers at the desk, the first thing we'll do is ask for a phone number. That phone number is tied to your account, which will generate an automatic text message that's sent to the cell phone. Now, take in mind, if your cell phone is not connected to your car account, this will not work. The cell phone does need to be implemented into the contract when the vehicle's bought, or the phone number can be changed at the time of appointment. So you can now text message your service writer with any kinds of issues, not only while you're at the dealership and you're waiting at home. You can do this by saving the text message thread. Let's say if you're out on a Tuesday with your kids up at Westmoreland Mall and you have a flat tire, you can text us. That goes directly to my cell phone. I have an app here. I'm not going to show too much of it, but I receive that text message. Now, I keep this on at all times, just because my clients are very special to me, and I like to be present, not when I'm here, but I like to help. That's just who I am. But anyways, another good point about that is not only is the text messaging good. Let's say you're in a meeting, you can't get to the phone when the advisor calls. You can just shoot a text back, say, hey, call me back 5 minutes. Another thing with our hours, if it doesn't work with your scheduling, you can also pay your bill via the text messaging app as well. We get a notification. We're able to print the invoice and the receipt and attach it to your invoice along with your multi-point inspection. That gives you your tire specs, your brake specs, any kind of upcoming fluids or changes that's due at the vehicle mileage at that time. So we can take that payment, so that way you don't need to stop and see the cashier. Also, if there's any problems with the car, we're able to take videos and pictures and explain exactly what's wrong with the car. Let's say if an end link's broken, we can go up and actually film with our cell phones the end link, and I can show you that it's broken and everything like that, just so you can put your eyes on it and visually see it. So it's a great tool. Technology today, we live in 2022. It's growing, so we got to adapt with the changes and try to give the customer the best experience possible and stay with the changes.
I was gonna say, it sounds like it's like the most direct, easy way to communicate with your car while it's getting serviced.
Oh yeah, I mean, our call center does a great job, but we get a lot of phone calls, and not a lot of times can we take the time to answer those phone calls. So, with the program that we use on the phone, I can be booking an invoice and texting on my phone to my customer, and it's a blessing. It's really easy to use. It's convenient, and I don't know how. I've been here for 6 years. I don't know how the other service writers, I want to bring up Dean Smetek, one of my mentors. I don't know how he did it through the 30 years that he was a service writer without this program.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Vinny. I know we still have John Hanna up there, but this is Vinny Greco. So if anyone has any Honda service questions, make sure to ask Vinny. Just one more reminder of our giveaway. Please visit that link, smailcars.com/enter. We would love to give you guys an Apple Watch, Apple TV, Smail gift bucket. So head on over there and enter your information. Huge thank you to Justin again, Vinny, John, everyone that's joined us. Even after this live has ended, please don't forget to comment, ask questions. We will still get back to you. We want to make sure that we answer any questions that you guys have. And just a huge thank you for joining us. This was the 2022 Smail Honda Virtual Auto Show. Thanks, guys.